Well, why didn't I go to this place? Holy cow! What a fabulous environment that was. Well, John Donaldson, I'll tell you what. What's the moral of this story? You cannot get away from the world. The world came after you. You lost your father in a very doubly difficult circumstance because there was no transportation with you. But you got back the next day, and you are here to tell us. I remember you told our producer that, well, who loves you? You were very impressed with the attention you got from her, and isn't it?
Yeah, that was definitely something that it was kind of ironic that we were doing something about feelings and intimacy because my wife was there for me, you know, tenfold. Until you're thrust into a situation like that, you never realize how much you can count on somebody. Yeah. And
but it certainly did sidetrack the program. And how about you, Charlene?
Oh, it's
just you were trying to keep him up,
yeah,
emotionally alive.
It was very emotionally draining. It, you know, I went into this thing because I wanted to learn to give, and and lo and behold, a situation arose that enabled me to give. And if it wasn't for Dagmar's what we got, the intro that we got down there, we wouldn't have been through. The past few weeks have been difficult.
So in a strange kind of way, an accidental way, it helped. Certainly you guys hung on to each other, probably in a way that was more intimate and helpful than would have been the case otherwise.
Yeah, I would have to say so, yeah.
Jan and George. Jan, this seemed to have moved you more than any. We have to separate the Donaldsons because of what happened to them, but you certainly were moved, very emotionally moved by this experience.
Yes.
And the difference, if either of you want to speak to that, I mean, what was, I didn't know about your very complicated history, and are we to understand that you feel you're past that? No, or?
I think I can leave a lot of it in the past. The hope and the possibilities for having newness in our relationship is so present. Since we've been back, we've continued the exercises. The body image work that I did was really tremendous. That really shows in our intimacy now. I feel much more comfortable, more attractive.
Is it so that you really do not express yourself in the ultimately intimate intercourse way until the third or fourth day, or how does this work? What is the strategy?
You mean as far as the therapy is concerned?
Yeah.
Well, I guess Dagmar can speak as good as anybody on that, but yes, it is fourth or fifth day that you don't.
And so during this time, you're learning to get in touch.
During this time, you're learning to appreciate other parts of your body as much as you can appreciate of the sexual intercourse, and appreciate the touching and the intimacy and the knowing of your own body and your partner's body. And I found that to be tremendous. In fact, it's like, I guess it's like riding a bicycle. You know, until you really learn how to balance yourself, you know, you can't ride a bike. And once you're able to balance yourself, it's like something you never lose.
Mm-hmm. So this was probably something you never realized could be studied or even analyzed.
Absolutely not.
When you had sex, you had sex because you have sex. That's what you do when you're married. You have sex. And now you're saying you've kind of reached you're past barriers and you're more open and intimately expressive.
More open, less power struggles. In fact, when we have like control issues now, if something happens now, we laugh about it. I mean, it's just laughable. There isn't a whole power thing anymore. And we're following the exercises, and that's helping there.
I was wondering, they keep using words like workshop and that you have to assignment today, and doesn't it seem like everything is a little bit more like a chore than spontaneous?
Oh no,
did you find that?
There's spontaneity there. Every time we follow the exercises doesn't mean that we don't explore ourselves. We find things that are new every time we have a touching session, but we're always physical with each other anyway, so you know it's opened up a lot of spontaneity.
Dr. O'Connor, who presided over this undertaking for us in Jamaica, will explain to us what is all this autoeroticism, and is that a main feature of, and is this what Masters and Johnson gave us? And I recall on this program a long time ago, apparently you're going nowhere, or you're never really going to understand yourself totally until you get very familiar with yourself and your own emotional entitlements. And Dr. O'Connor will explain this when she comes back in just a moment.